Good morning, good morning, friends. Today I want to teach you about the fourth chapter of Plus One Biology for NCERT syllabus. The name of our chapter is Anatomy of Flowering Plants. What is meant by anatomy of flowering plants? What is meant by anatomy? Anatomy is the internal structure. Then what is meant by anatomy of flowering plants? Anatomy of flowering plants means internal structure of flowering plants. In this chapter, we should be understand some important and basic points. First one is cells. We all know what is cells. Then second one is tissues. First of all, we want to understand what is mean by tissues. Tissues are Tissues are a group of cells having common origin and common function. We should be understand that tissues are the group of cells having common origin and common function. Okay, these tissues can be classified into two. First one is meristematic cell and second one is permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. First of all, we should be understand what is mean by tissues. Tissues are a group of cells having common origin and common function, and these tissues can be classified into two. First one is meristematic tissues and second one is permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues are actively dividing cells, tissues with actively dividing cells, and permanent tissues are non-dividing tissues. Okay, these meristematic tissues can be classified into three on the basis of their location. First one is apical meristem and intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. First point we should be understand about meristematic tissues is these meristematic tissues can be classified into three on the basis of their location. First one is apical meristem, second one is intercalary meristem, and third one is lateral meristem. Okay, I will say you again. I will repeat you again that first of all we should be understand what is mean by tissues. In this field, we should be keep in mind two main words. First one is origin and function. Tissues are Tissues are group of cells having common function and common origin. Second point we should be understand that meristematic tissues. These tissues can be classified into two types. First one is meristematic tissues and second one is permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues are actively dividing cells. Tissues with actively dividing cells. These meristematic tissues can be classified into three. First one is apical meristem and second one is intercalary meristem and third one is lateral meristem. Apical meristem. What is mean by apical meristem? We should be understand four main points about apical meristem. First one is occur in the tip of root and shoot. First one is occurs in tip of root and shoot. Second one is primary meristem. It is a primary meristem. Third point is appear early in the life of plant. This meristem is appear early in the life of plant. Fourth point is function. Its function is growth in length. So we should be keep in mind four main words about apical meristem. First word is tip. Second word is primary. Third word is early. Fourth word is length. Tip. First word is tip. It occurs in the tip of root and shoot. Second word is primary. It is a primary meristem. Third point is early. Appears early in the life of plant. Fourth point is length. Function of apical meristem is low growth in length of a plant. Then we should be the second classification of meristematic tissues is intercalary meristem. This intercalary meristem is occurs between two permanent tissues. Intercalary meristems are occurs between two permanent tissues. Second point about it is occurs in grass and regenerate parts removed by grazing of herbivores. The intercalary meristem is mainly occurs in grasses like monocot plants. Whenever these plants are eaten by herbivorous animals, the plant will be regenerate its parts between the points, between the buds or between the buds of leaf, etc. These function is occurs by the activity of intercalary meristem. Third point about this is it is a primary meristem. Fourth point about it is appears early in the life. We should be keep in mind four main words about intercalary meristem. First one is between, second one is grass, third one is primary, fourth one is early. First point is it occurs between two permanent tissues. Okay. The second point is grass. It occurs in grass whenever the grass or monocot plants are eaten by herbivorous animals. These cells are activated and regenerate the missed or removed parts. Okay. Third point about it is a primary meristem, appears early in the life of plant. Fourth point we should be keep in mind is early. It appears early in the life of plants. The third classification of meristematic tissues is lateral meristem. It occurs in mature region of root and shoot. First point is the lateral meristem occurs in the mature region of root and shoot. Second point is its cylindrical meristem, which is also known as cylindrical meristem. Fourth point, it is a secondary meristem. Third point is it is a secondary meristem. Okay. Then in this chapter, first of all, we want to understand what is mean by tissue. In about tissues, we should be keep in mind two main words. First, it is function. Second word is origin. Tissues are group of cells having common function and common origin. Second point we should be understanding is the tissues can be classified into two. First one is permanent meristem and meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. The meristematic tissues are actively dividing cells. Tissues having actively dividing cells is known as meristematic tissues. Okay, these meristematic tissues can be classified into three. First one is apical meristem, second one is intercalary meristem, third one is lateral meristem. We should be keep in mind four main words about apical meristem. First word is tip, second word is primary, third word is early, fourth word is length. Apical meristem is occurs in the tip of root and shoot. Second point is it is a primary meristem, appears early in the life of a plant. Third point, its function is growth in length. Okay, second classification is intercalary meristem. The intercalary meristem we should be keep in mind three main words. First word is between the intercalary meristem is occurs between two permanent tissues. Second word is grass. It occurs in grass and monocot plants. Whenever the plant is eaten by herbivorous animals, the plant is regenerate its parts by the division of intercalary meristem. Third point is it is a primary meristem. Okay, fourth point early. It occurs early in the life of a plant. Then we have to we have to talk about the third classification of the meristematic tissues, that is lateral meristem. The lateral meristem is occurs in region of root and shoot. The mature region of root and shoot. Lateral meristem occurs in the mature region of root and shoot. It is also known as cylindrical meristem. It is a secondary. Three main words we should be keep in mind. First one is mature, second one is cylindrical, third one is secondary. First one is mature. It is occurs in the mature region of root and shoot. Second one is cylindrical. It is a cylindrical meristem. Third one is secondary. It is a secondary meristem. Okay, then we should be keep in mind some important words. By this indication of these words, we can cover all the part of this chapter. First one is about tissues, that is function and origin. Tissues are group of cells having common origin and common function. Then we should be keep in mind meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. About meristematic tissues, we should be keep in mind three classification. First is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. About apical meristem, we should be keep in mind four main words. First is tip, primary, early, length. Second one is intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem. About intercalary meristem, we should be keep in mind four main words. First is between, second one is grass, third one is primary, fourth one is early. About lateral meristem, we should be keep in mind three main words. First is mature, cylindrical and secondary. Okay, then we should be covered by these main words all the content of that chapter. Okay, thank you all.